Don't move an inch!
What's wrong?
I'm mopping the floor.
Ah. I thought you were in the kitchen.
Yes, I should be. But someone's got to mop here. It was Brother Egidio's turn, but if he had enough to do before, then you can imagine what it's like now. Now that he has to replace Brother Anselmo. That's why we other brothers have offered our help. That's how it should be, don't you think so?
That's what your order says. Have you seen Godfrey?
Oh, he hasn't turned up here. Do you want me to let you know when I see him?
Yes, please. I'd like to talk to him. I'll keep looking for Godfrey.
Don't worry. He'll turn up.
I hope so. The pool of blood is fairly fresh. It's blood. I don't need to touch it to know that. Why? Godfrey.
Is he...
Calm down, Bruno.
He's dead. Someone's killed Godfrey. He's dead.
No, Bruno. Wait. Have you examined the corpse?
Yes, I've just finished.
And what do you say?
The cause of death is obvious enough. Come over and take a look.
Godfrey was killed using a blunt object. I'm not sure if it was a piece of wood or some kind of tool, but that's not the key factor.
Are you sure? I mean, the killer is here in the Abbey, am I right?
Yes, most likely.
Let's assume that he was struck with a pan. Accordingly, the murderer would be...
Anyone who entered the kitchen to get a pan. No, Eladio, that's much too straightforward. The body was hidden behind an old door. That shows the attack wasn't planned, and that the killer, after having tried in vain to hide the evidence, fled from the scene of the crime, quickly and frightened. It could be that he never even had the intention to kill Godfrey.
You see, Leonardo, no matter how hard we try to be saints and devote our life to prayer, we can't shed our brute instincts. Here we have the proof.
I've never encountered anyone in my whole life who bashed in a monk's skull simply because their brute instincts forced them to. I assure you, this killer had his reasons.
With or without a motive, it's clear that we are all victims of our sins.
No, my friend. In this case, the victim is that dead brother over there, not his murderer. But perhaps we weren't referring to this case at all, were we?
You're talking like when we were back in the seminary, Leonardo.
Indeed I am. But the world has hardly changed since then, too. It's all remained the same. It's a pity that everyone already knows that Godfrey is dead.
What makes you say that?
Killer is still amongst us, and he knew that the body would be discovered sooner or later. He was most certainly prepared for the point in time when the body was first discovered, but not for the fact that the day would go by without someone finding it.
How ingenious, Leonardo.
My intention was to look for a brother who acts nervous and is easily startled. Someone on their guard.
But you didn't reckon with the easily impressionable youngster you got under your wing.
Well,
Was Gottfried very popular at the Abbey?
All I can tell you is, it wasn't a problem.
Different from the case with Anselmo.
Do you think there's a connection between the two murders?
Yes, I'm sure.
One thing is clear. Gottfried was murdered. I can't say the same about Anselmo.
And yet, don't you find it strange that both things occurred in such a short period of time?
That's not nearly enough for a theory, Leonardo.
That might be, or it might not be. I must go, Eladio.
It's going to be a long day, isn't it, my friend?
It already is. What do you know about poisons?
Only the basics, and I'm not an expert either. I'm familiar with some of the very potent ones like belladonna. By the way, I read something very curious about belladonna. When combined with other elements, its toxic ability is reduced, and it acts like a soporific. I don't recall what the formula was at the moment, but it's all written in the book.
In which book?
In the tract entitled Herbula Venenosa. Why do you ask? Do you feel like poisoning somebody, Leonardo?
No, but you know how inquisitive I am. And besides, being familiar with belladonna's therapeutic properties could be useful one day. You never know.
Master,
Yes, Bruno, I'm coming.
that's what was used to kill Gottfried, wasn't it?
Yes, no doubt about it.
It's a gravedigger's tool. Egidio is the killer.
It's more important that you keep your mouth shut and use your head.
Oh, gee, you need that book?
Yes. Why?
Because Brother Eladio has been consulting the book. I was told to collect it and return it to the archives. That is, if you're not going to use it.
I would have thought copyists don't take care of tasks like that.
Well, yes, that's true. You haven't heard, have you? Father Marcello has appointed me to be assistant librarian.
Congratulations. I see they don't waste any time here.
Are you looking for Brother Godfrey's killer in a book about plants?
I'm trying to, but it seems that anything to do with the library is a constant trial of an investigator's patience. I don't tell you how to do your work, don't tell me how to do mine.
As you like. What are you doing here?
Don't you have any shelves to be put in order?
Yes, brother.
Then get to it, now! You're not the only one who's capable of replacing Godfrey.
Gladio has been consulting this book.